Hello, welcome to episode 2.
Here's our blanket, excellent.
Asymmetrical twin. Dropping and sinking.
Notice how
So just notice. Joining us for the second episode next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to episode 42 of Namaste Yoga. I'm here with my good friend My Merit from 123 Kids Yoga this week, and we're finishing up. Yay, we're finally through them all. We're working with the Yamas and the Niyamas, and we're finishing up this week with the final Niyama, Isvara Pranidhana. And I'm going to have you rest back and have everybody at home rest back too. And we'll just tune in and check in around what Isvara Pranidhana means and set some intention for our practice. There's going to be a lot of sitting today, so you may want something to prop you up to sit on, a meditation cushion, or so if you use something like that, you could get that. The other thing you might need is a chair if it's not comfortable for you to sit for long periods of time. So Isvara Pranidhana means merging with the divine through supreme devotion. And it's really, the way this is practiced is by bhakti yoga, which is a yoga of love and devotion. And it's really interesting because, ironically, it's not hatha yoga that's the most popular in the world. It's bhakti yoga. It's the most practiced form of yoga in the world. So today we will do a bhakti yoga practice. So Isvara Pranidhana has to do with the wholehearted dedication to the divine light in all. And just like ahimsa was the pinnacle of the yamas, the in terms of the way we treat other people, with the niyamas, Isvara Pranidhana is the pinnacle, and it comes into place when you embody all the other niyamas, all the other personal practices of saucha, cleanliness, tapas, sparking the fire within, santosha, contentment, and svadhyaya, study by and of oneself. So this is really a great class to end on, as it's the pinnacle of the niyamas. So there's lots of different ways of connecting with the divine, and each person will have their own way of doing it. One very common way is through mantra, and we'll be working with the Gayatri Mantra today. Another way is to connect with nature, as we did last week with svadhyaya, by knowing doing the earth salutation, sun salutation, and moon salutation, and practicing those. We learn about the solar, lunar, and earth-like qualities of our own being. So as you rest back, I want you to contemplate on how you would like to cultivate Isvara Pranidhana, this melting into the divine in your own practice today. And it might be connecting with the inner divine. It might also be connecting with some sort of external representation of the divine for you. But it may also be that you want to dedicate your practice to a certain aspect of the divine, or a person or a place. You could choose to do that as you wish, as a way of honoring the divine in all living beings. So once you're clear on your intention, we're going to do just a little bit of stretching just to make sitting more comfortable. So we'll start with knees bent and the feet flat on the floor with keyhole stretch. It's been raining today here, and now the trees are raining. So let's bend our knees, and we'll cross the right leg over the left leg, open up that right knee, and we'll draw the left knee into the chest, stretching out the external hip rotators. And then you can release that side down. We'll uncross the right leg. We'll cross the left leg over the right and really open up that left knee. Breathe in, breathe out, and draw the right knee into the chest. And you can hold on behind the knee on the hamstring or at the shin. And really continue to open the left knee. You can do that with the left elbow. Okay, then you can release that, and we'll keep the knees bent and roll to the side. We'll come up onto all fours. Okay, so on all fours, we'll just do a little bit of cat pose to begin, so you can exhale and round up through the back, and then inhale and extend. Exhaling and rounding. Inhaling and extending. Okay, and then come back center, and we'll walk the left leg through for lunge to open up the front of the hip. And then we'll switch sides, so bringing the left leg back and the right leg through. Leaning forward, really pelvic tilting so the tail is tucking under, dropping through that right hip so you're getting a good opening at the front of the left hip. Okay, then take the hands on either side of the feet, tuck the toes under at the back, and step your right leg back and come into down dog. Are you okay on these picnic blankets? Okay, so from down dog, let's take the right leg up and maybe give it a little bit of a shake and a wiggle, and then bring the right leg through so the right heel lines up with the left hip. And then you can fold forward from here. So this one, you want to have your hips square to the ground. So a lot of times I'll see students really leaning into that right side. And it's kind of hard to tell. And this is why it's important to go to class, because it really does kind of take an extra pair of eyes to make those adjustments that are hard for us to see. Okay, so let's come back to down dog. You got to move carefully on these. And we'll take the left leg up, give it a little wiggle, and bring the left leg through. So we've got these picnic blankets laid out. They have the waterproof bottoms so that we can not get our tushies too wet when we're sitting here. It seems like we're going to get wet anyway. That's why we practice yoga, not just to be flexible in the body, but to be flexible in all ways in our lives. And really continue to lengthen that right leg long. That'll help the knee from grinding on the ground too. Okay, and then making your way up to a seated position. So if you have something that you can sit on, that's great. That'll just, anything that lifts you a little bit, just gets the hips higher than the knees, lets the hips open a little more with less tension. Sitting on a block, kneeling with a block between your legs is a really nice way to do it too, and or sitting up on a chair. So there's no need to injure your body just in trying to sit for sitting meditation. Make sure you do what's best for you. Okay, so we're going to work with the Gayatri Mantra today. And the mantra is Bhur, Bhuvah, Swaha, savitur, varenyam, Bhargo, devasya, dhimahi, yonah, prachodayat. And this means embracing earth, heaven, and beyond. The sacred source is revealed. Evoking the resplendent flame, the all-pervading light venerates us all. So, would it be possible to put it on the screen after? Okay, so this will be on the screen for you to follow all the way through this. So what we're going to do is start by learning the words, because they're in Sanskrit, they can be a little challenging. So I'm going to say the words, and then you're going to repeat after me, and we'll break it down into really small chunks until you get comfortable with saying the words. Do you know this one? Have you worked with it before? No. Okay, so that's good. We'll use you as a... We'll be learning at my speed today. Okay, so it's Bhur, Bhuvah, Swaha, savitur, varenyam, Bhargo, devasya, they kind of, yeah, mahi, yeah, Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Devasya dhimahi. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yeah, so it's almost like the ya and the dhi, they go together. Ya dhimahi. That's the most confusing line. Yo yo na, so the dhi is silent. Yo yo na, and I always remember that by yo yo ma. Prachodayat. Great. So now we'll do each line in its entirety. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Close enough. Yo yo na prachodayat. Good. So now we'll sing it. I'll sing it, and then we'll do call and response for a bit, and then we'll sing together. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayat. So let's do that a few more times like that. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayat. That one more time like that. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayat. Okay, so now let's bring our hands together at our hearts, and we'll sing it together. So let's make space with breath and a sigh. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. So we'll do it together now.
Oh yeah.
Now we'll do it together with my. We're doing it my way. Well, it is about the divine within. So Mai's divine reigns supreme today. Okay, let's try that again. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Tat savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi yonah prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi yonah prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi yonah prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi yonah prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi yonah prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha savitur varenyam. Bhargo devasya dhimahi yonah prachodayat. And let's let that be the last one. Taking a big breath in through the nose and exhaling. And just tuning into how that feels to work with that mantra. Okay. And then you can stretch out. So maybe a down dog or something to stretch your legs. How'd you find that? Yeah, it got easier, and it's with repetition. So if you want to work with this at home, what I would recommend you do, I want to say I use the version, it's from, and I may get the name and the album and the artist mixed up, but it's Spring and Gratitude, or Gratitude and Spring. We'll look it up for you, and we'll put it in the show notes for you. So that's the one that I use. You can get it on iTunes for 99 cents. That's where I got it, the Gayatri Mantra, on the album Spring, the artist Gratitude, or vice versa with that one. And if you want to work with it, you could use your beads, your mala, and you could sing it 108 times, just working around each bead as you do each verse. Today we did it 9 times. So, or if you get the song off of iTunes, then you could just do it with the song, and her version is about 6 minutes long, and there may be 108 repetitions on it. I'm gonna try and contact her and see about it. So we're gonna do another meditation. This is a meditation that I brought out from the archives. I used to do this one all the time in class, and my students really loved it. And it's a ball of fire meditation. So what we're going to do is rub our hands together and create some energy in our hands. And then this would be a great one to do with the kids. A shorter version, of course, but will you do this one with the kids? Okay. So you make the ball of fire here. And then what we'll do is we'll imagine a spinning disc of white light above our heads with all the spectrum of colors in it. And then you'll inhale, you reach into the white light, and we'll draw it down, and we'll bring it all the way to the bottom. At this point, it gets hard to hold the hands like this, so we'll just tip it. We'll bring it all the way to the base of the spine. We'll first draw red for each of the colors of the chakras. Red, and we'll go back up, orange, yellow, all the way through. So just pay attention to which ones are feeling more energized or more easy to visualize for you, as some sort of indication of what chakras are more balanced or less in touch with. And actually, Ninka, we're going to be recording a class with her next week that will be airing on like in a couple of weeks on the chakras. So if you want to learn more about that, she'll be doing a whole class on that for us. So is that the one you do with the colors with the kids?
No, I don't do the colors.
Yeah.
That in depth, but I do.
You do this part. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you can, you put it on your eyes. That's nice. You can actually do this lying down too, where you put it on each of the chakras, usually starting at the bottom, but lots of different ways to work with that. Okay, so let's start by rubbing our hands together and creating that ball of fire by bringing the fingertips together. And we'll inhale, we'll take that ball of fire up and overhead, imagining that white spinning disc of light up there. And from that white light, draw the color red. You're going to bring it down through the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart. Tip your hands, the navel, the sacral, and then right to the, as low as you can go, to the root chakra here. And I want you to imagine here a red light, a spinning red circle disc of light. And then inhale, reach back up to that white disc of spinning light. Draw from that white the color orange. Draw it down through the crown, across the forehead, the neck, the heart, the belly, and bring it to rest at the center of the pelvis. And imagine there an orange spinning disc of light. And then inhaling and reaching up again, back into that white disc of light with all the colors of the spectrum in it. Draw their yellow, bright yellow like the sun, and imagine drawing that yellow down through the crown of the head and bring it to rest at the level of the navel. Then inhaling and reaching up again, drawing from that white disc of light the color emerald green. Draw it down across the third eye at the forehead, throat chakra at the neck, and then bring it to rest at the level of the heart. And inhale and reach up into that white spinning disc of light. And this time we'll draw from it the color, the bright blue, like the waters in the Caribbean. Draw it down and bring it to rest at the level of the throat. Imagining there a bright blue spinning disc of light. And then inhale, reach up. This time from the spinning disc of white light, we'll be drawing the color indigo blue, a deep purpley blue. You're going to bring it to rest at the forehead, at the level of the third eye, and visualize that indigo blue there in a spinning disc of light. And then inhale, reach up for the last time into that spinning disc of white light and draw from it the color violet, beautiful purple, and bring that to rest just above the crown of the head. And then slowly release your hands down as you do, imagining a white light covering the whole body. And slowly open your eyes again. Do you like it? Yeah? Yeah. I found it very different doing this. I've never done it outside before. And so inside I usually am able to see colors a lot more. But outside, I guess because there's so much more light, when you close your eyes, I just saw more light. Yeah, so that was interesting. It's really interesting to take your practice outside. We've been finding it really interesting doing that this summer. Okay, 2 more seated meditations. 2 more. And then I'm going to let you lie down for the last one, okay? So shift, if you want to change the way you're sitting, that would be totally fine. We're going to work with a couple of mudras from Gertrude Hershey's book called Mudras Yoga in Your Hands. And we were just talking about this before we started recording today. That this really is the best book on mudras out there. So the first mudra we're going to do is the mudra for the inner self as a way of connecting with the inner divine. And the way it works is you put the thumbs together first, like 2 streets running parallel, and then you bring the tips of the fingers together so that they all touch each other. And then you're going to there'll be an empty space in the center, and you're going to bring that at your forehead, and you're going to look through it without blinking for as long as you can. And then we'll be lowering it down to 1 inch or so below our heart for a while, which is apparently where the soul resides. Sound good? Okay, so let's bring it up, and you're looking through that space. And when you blink, you can just start to lower that down. Closing your eyes. Breathing nice, long, slow, deep breathing. And when we hold this mudra while sitting in the meditation position with crossed legs, many triangles are formed with our body parts, beginning with a little space between the fingers, above the hands, the arms, the legs, and the entire body posture is a triangle. And the triangle is symbolic of the divine. And so our body now expresses this through its posture in a number of ways. This mudra is a prayer without words, a silent meditation, and a devotion to the divine. So you can gently stretch out, and we'll do one more. So a down dog might be good. Lying on your back and shaking your arms and legs would be another good one to do before we sit. So the final seated meditation that we'll do today is mudra, the lotus mudra. And the way you do it is you put your baby fingers and your thumbs together, and then you open all the other fingers as much as you can, and you hold this at the level of the heart. So as you do this, you can close your eyes and imagine the bud of a lotus flower in your heart. And that each time you inhale, the flower opens a bit more until it's finally completely open and can absorb the full sunlight into itself, allowing itself to be filled with light, lightness, warmth, love, and desire and joy. And then you can gently stretch out and start to make your way down to lying on your backs for Shavasana. I think you guys all really deserve that session. After the last 2 weeks, we've done really vigorous, physically demanding classes. So it was so nice to do a class that was a lot quieter. Just a couple of interesting things I was thinking about the lotus flower. When Alana Cavalia came on my radio show, she's one of the authors of Myths of the Asana. She said that, she asked me if I knew this, and I didn't, but that a true lotus is pink, and that any other lotus is, any other colored lotus is probably a water lily. And the thing that's so significant to us about the lotus flower is that they grow in these muddy waters. Just like in our lives, we have all this mud and the muck. But out of this mud and the muck, with our roots in the mud and the muck, we can grow into this really beautiful thing. So that's why the lotus flowers are so inspirational to us. So we're going to finish with metta meditation here. So I want you to just maybe rub your hands together again and bring them to rest at your heart center. And connect with your heart center. Just starting to breathe into the heart. And metta meditation is a prayer of compassion, and we start by giving ourselves metta. We start by giving the prayer of loving kindness to ourselves, because when we fill up our cups, then once they overflow, it becomes so easy to give to other people, rather than giving to people from an empty cup, which is really yucky. So let's start with ourselves, and I'll say the lines of the prayer, and then you can repeat them to yourself silently. May I be free from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. And may I look after myself joyfully. May I be free from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I look after myself joyfully. So just taking a deep breath and sitting with that for a moment, and then moving the hands out to beside your body with the palms turned up. So from here we bring to mind a person for whom we have deep respect and who has had a great influence on our life. Usually as a teacher of some kind. It could be an aunt, or it could be a teacher that you've had, and it can even be a teacher that you has strongly influenced your life, but that you haven't necessarily met in person. So we'll continue by sending metta meditation to that person, to a person for whom you have deep respect. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. And may you look after yourself joyfully. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. And may you look after yourself joyfully. And then bring your awareness to somebody for whom you have a deep love. It might be a partner, a child, somebody for whom it's very easy for you to love. And we send loving kindness to that person. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. And may you look after yourself joyfully. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. And may you look after yourself joyfully. And then you move your awareness to somebody for whom your feelings are neutral. So this is somebody who you probably know their face, you recognize them to see them, but you don't know anything about their story. So you don't know who they are, if they're married, if they're not married, if they have children or what have you. So popular ones are, the crossing guard, people in the service industry who you see at the bank or at the grocery store. So bring to mind somebody of that nature. And we send loving kindness to that person. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you look after yourselves joyfully. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. And may you look after yourself joyfully. So now we bring to mind a difficult person, somebody who makes us feel agitated as soon as we think about them. So this one can be more challenging to do, and this is why it's so important to spend a lot of time with sending loving kindness to yourself first before you move out into the world. And you could even spend just a month on loving kindness towards yourself, and even just one line of those. So you can break it down in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of great ways to work with it. So bringing to mind that difficult person, and we practice sending them loving kindness. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you look after yourself joyfully. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. And may you look after yourself joyfully. And then we finish metta meditation by extending loving kindness to all living beings everywhere. So all people, all animals, all plants, the whole living earth. May all beings everywhere be free from inner and outer harm. May all beings everywhere be happy and peaceful. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong. May all beings everywhere look after themselves joyfully. May all beings everywhere be free from inner and outer harm. May all beings everywhere be happy and peaceful. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong. May all beings everywhere look after themselves joyfully. As you finish your time in Shavasana, I want you to reflect on how you would like to cultivate Isvara Pranidhana in your life this week. How will you cultivate the divine essence of yourself and see it in all living beings in the world this week? Just create a little intention around that. Let it be a small thing so that it's manageable. And when that intention feels complete, then you can start to make your way up to seated. So I'd like to give an extra special thank you to my merit for coming from 123kidsyoga.com. And thank you. And thank you to all of you for joining us today for episode 42. Next week, actually, we are going to do one more Yama and Niyama class. We're going to review all of them. So we'll maybe do like a posture or something for each individual one. It'll be a great class, a great review class. So we'll see you next week. Namaste.